Hello and welcome back to Llangefni FC. We're in episode 7, season 3 of our Rags to Riches Journeyman playthrough, and today we have got our home tie against Cardiff Met University, and we have also got our away tie against Barra. We did play the away game off camera. Unfortunately, we did lose 2-0. We conceded in the 42nd and the 54th minutes, just before and just after half time. Unfortunately, what that means in terms of the league, we are currently sitting in 5th. We've got a 1 point gap over 6th and 7th, and then quite a big gap, to be fair, from 8th. At least if 7th drop off a little bit, we know 6th could potentially be in the bag with the remaining games that we've got for this half of the season, and then of course we break off into them mini leagues. Unfortunately, we did not get offered the job with York City. The board informed us that they carried out the interview process and they have decided against offering us. They were satisfied with the plans that we put forward in the interview, but ultimately decided that unfortunately we weren't the right person to take the club forward. So that was a little bit upsetting. We had then another interview off camera, but again they didn't want to employ us. They rejected us as well, and we also had Chester give us a job offer. Now, the wage budgets that AFC Telford and Chester were giving us were only about, I think it was only 2 or 3k more than we're getting paid at Llangefni. But anyway, we go on. I have applied for the Newport County position. As there was a few interviews flying around, I thought I would apply. They're 14th currently in the Vanarama National League. They are a 2-star reputation team, and we are currently a 1-star reputation manager. So I doubt we're going to be offered the job. We may be offered an interview, but we will have to see. But let's get the intro rolling and let's get the first game of this episode underway. So here we are. We're not going to make any changes. Heijman is now fully fit, so he can play the whole game, which is good. Hopefully, Heijman and Goodridge link up well, and he has got his shooting boots on now that he is fully recovered. We want some goals from James Sprouse. He's been a little bit poor the last few games, only getting a 6.9 in the last 5, with 2 of them being quite poor performances, a 6.3 and a 6.2. So really, he needs to step up, and so does Math Howell, to be honest. Realistically, all of the attackers need to step up. That's what's been letting us down, a lack of goals in some of the games recently. But other than that, we're not going to make any other subs. Somehow this boy's managed to creep onto the bench. Let's get him off. Get him off the bench straight away. Who are we going to put on? Westlake, that's perfect. Jamie Couchman is suspended for this afternoon, unfortunately, so that means Mike Williams comes in alongside Rowan Davies. So let's get into the dressing room. Let's try and motivate the boys to bring the 3 points home to Llangefni this afternoon. So here we are. We're in the dressing room with the boys. Let's see what we can do to get them motivated. Like I said, really we want them 3 points. If we can make a gap between sort of 7, then hopefully we can secure 6th. And if we can secure 6th, I mean, that's going to definitely boost our reputation as not only a club, but as an individual as well, which hopefully means we might be able to get a potentially higher rated job soon. Not that I'm not enjoying my time at Llangefni, but when people start to express a bit of interest in you, it makes you think, oh, can I really go any further here? Is there much more that I can actually achieve at Llangefni, especially with sort of the infrastructure that we've got? Can we change things? So, are we going to be able to challenge TNS, for example? Probably not. Do we want to just stay here and challenge TNS? No, because that's not our objective of winning the Premier League or winning the Champions League. But anyway, for today's game, we're going to go assertively. We owe Cardiff Met University after what happened last time. Get out there and get some goals, especially after what happened last time with the old multi-storey car park that we could see. 10 minutes played, literally no highlights yet that we've seen. We have encouraged the boys to try and just get a little bit further forward in the game. We are having a good share of the possession. We've got 59%. So we are dominating the ball. We're just not making it clean to cut chances. But here we go. There was a mistake from the defender. Sprouse with a very long-range, poor effort there. Realistically, take a few more touches. The centre-back weren't going to get you if you carried on sprinting through. We've got another highlight here. Throw in on the right-hand side of the pitch. Lovely ball into Heijman. What can he do with it here? Takes out a little bit wide into Hughes. Back to Heijman. More. Oh, just collects well by the goalkeeper, unfortunately for us. Goodridge into Evans. More. Sprouse. Heijman into Evans. Oh, it's gone back to Sprouse and it's been in. It's tucked in. I didn't even think he manages to tuck that back. There was such an acute angle and he's managed to do it. Let's see the highlight again here. Howell into Evans. Evans cuts it across. Oh, perfect little cut back. And Sprouse is there. He's not going to miss them. He will put them in and tuck them away all day long, every day of the week, if you give him the chances like that on a plate. Another highlight here for us. 22 minutes played. Heijman. Ooh. Shot is blocked, goes out for a corner. Can we do anything from the corner? We normally know the story. Yep, of course, doesn't beat the first man. Davies picks up the loose ball though. Into Evans, Heijman, Goodridge. Playing it back, slow build up play, like it. Don't mind it, keep our dominating share of the possession, keep on top of the ball. If we've got the ball, the opposition can't score. A good old Michael Owen quote there for you. Evans tries the ball into the box, unfortunately gets blocked by the defender. However, they are on the break here. Oh, good save by Jack Davies. He is really fighting for that number one spot in goal. He wants to keep hold of his jersey. He doesn't want Steve Jones taking that from him again after that little bit of dip in form, sort of middle-early stage of the season. Howell's just taking it on far too long. Why are you not releasing that? That's not going to ever trouble Jack Davies from that sort of range. I'm going to praise the boys, just tell them they're doing a good job and keep it up. Still dominating on possession stats. It's slightly starting to creep down though, so we will keep an eye on that. 40 minutes played. No further highlights as yet. Another throw in here. We're going to see a carbon copy of the goal that we scored earlier. We could be in for it. Never mind. Absolutely blasts it over. His long shot taking is not very good. We probably need to put him on a training regime to improve that. Because every highlight we see when he's got a semi-long range distance, he's absolutely blasting it over the crossbar. But that's half time. I think outstretched arms in praise. Are we delighted with the performance? Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of good performances out there. Yeah, I'm delighted with your performance. Keep it up. Are we going to make any changes? I don't think so. I don't think there's any point of breaking the rhythm of the team just quite yet. Maybe in a few minutes, maybe 60 minutes-ish, we might look to make some changes. Obviously Hughes is booked, so we want to be careful that he doesn't get sent off. He did go a little bit in heavy there, but luckily got away with it. Long goal kick down the field. Sprouse can't really make anything of it. Davies gets in more. Evans, Goodridge, Sprouse. Oh, ref, come on. That was disgusting. Send him off. Straight red. Oh, it was as well. Straight red card for Jay Wright. Right, well, let's make the most of this then. Praise the boys. Let's get that goal difference up. Because even if we're not going to finish 6th on points, hopefully we can stay in 6th because of goal difference. We probably will make our change, though. I don't want Joey Hughes getting booked and coming off. So 60 minutes played. We're 1-0 up and with the man advantage. Can we make it pay? And can we go and get that extra goal that's just going to give us that comfort blanket and know that we've got the 3 points in the bag? Or are they going to hit us on the counter like this? Oh, that was lucky that went wide. Potentially hit us on the counter and get the equaliser back. I would hope not. If we don't win this game now, I'll be very annoyed considering we've got the man advantage. Evans into Moore. Back to Moore. Goodridge. Edmonds. Goodridge. Moore. Heijman and Sprouse linking up nicely again. Howell. Oh, all that build-up. Awful. Corner comes in. Unfortunately, we don't do very well with it. Surprise, surprise. Another corner here. No point of really even watching the corners, is there? But we will, just in case. That odd chance. Evans with the ball in. Oh, we actually did get a header on target. But the goalkeeper makes an outstanding save. Evans again. Do the same. Don't know what happened there. Everyone just walked away. I guess there was a bit of pushing and shoving in there. Davies got caught out then on his shoulder. Luckily, he blasts over the crossbar. Bring on John Gwynn. Do like bringing on Gwynn now, to be fair. He's a good little player, I'm not going to lie. I'm going to bring on Max Moore. Bring off Max Moore. We're going to swap this to a winger instead of the inverted winger for Westlake. That'll be our substitutes made. Let's encourage the team. Probably shouldn't have encouraged them because they're all going to go unhappy. Yeah, I don't get that in this FM. You're losing 1-0, but you're encouraging them like, yeah, well done, boys. We're doing great. We're in the lead. I wouldn't say that's necessarily just praising. You can encourage them that way as well. But it hates it. So, yeah. Sprouse is through, though. Oh, there we go. What was we saying earlier about the long shots? He's literally just made me look like a fool. Made me look like I've got egg on my face. What a goal. Westlake as well, the architect of the pass. Look at that ball. Sprouse is like, yes, please, thank you very much. Just outside the box. Davies into Williams. Edmonds. Win. Evans. Oh, referee! Come on. Don't make it as obvious, Chris. You've just absolutely taken him out. Evans, dangerous free kick. Ooh, that was creeping into the top corner if it weren't for the goalkeeper's gloves. Last few seconds of the game, and that should be it. And there we go. Full time, the 3 points are home, in the bag, locked up in the bank. Well done. That was a very good win for us. And let's see what that does to the league table. That puts us up to 4th. So we're on 25 points. We now have a 4-point gap over 6th position on 21 points. We are doing all of that whilst only spending £1,200 a week on wages. We did sign a few new players, to be fair, and that is a lot more than we were spending last season, but there's still a lot of the core from last year, and I love it. The midfield two, inspirational. That's the only word I can think of. These two together, I've got my very own Roy Keane and Paul Scholes. That's how good they are. Anyway, let's carry on to the Barra game. They're currently in 12th. If we go off the form table and the league table, we should be in a commanding position in the game. But of course, anything can happen. So we have been offered an interview with Newport County. The board have invited us to attend an interview to discuss the current vacancy. The board are very impressed with your fantastic performance at Llangefni, which is why we have identified you as one of our top candidates. See guys, if you don't ask, you don't get. Never be afraid to ask the question. We've asked, look, we'll be interested in the job, and they've given us an interview, and apparently as one of their top candidates. So let's go have a chat with the Newport board and the chairman. If the questions are very similar to the questions that York City asked, which I think they will be, then I'll skip most of it and I'll just show you like the wage budget, the transfer budget, that sort of thing. So just a heads up, if it seems like a very short interview, it's because I'm probably going to cut some of the questions that you've already seen out because you already know the answers that we're going to go with. This is a prime example. From now on, I'll skip these questions out. So just to bring you back, a lot of the questions were ones you've already seen. So I just thought I'd bring you back the club's visions that they're looking for. They're looking to develop players using the club's youth system. We are quite good at bringing youth through and developing in that. Just look at the starting lineup. We've got a couple of the youth players already in there. Work within the wage budget, of course. Top half finish in the Vanarama National League should be something that we can do. Reach the second round of the FA Cup and reach the final of the FA Trophy. Whew, that is a big ask. That's only a favoured requirement, though. That's not actually required as such. And then at the end of next season, they want us to get promotion to Sky Bet League 2, and then go on, so on and so forth, to build on promotion, or, of course, establish ourselves as a League 2 side. I agree with what the club has, and it's looking exciting. Should you be higher, the expectation is for the club to finish in the top half of the table. Is that fair, or do you think you could improve upon that somewhat? I don't want to go out there and go, yeah, we are definitely going to improve. I'm going to go with, I think we could challenge for a playoff place. I mean, I don't even know what the squad looks like, but I'm going to go with it. I think we could, based on the finances that they've got. Then again, they've got a wage budget of 27,678. That's basically exactly the same as York City, and York City are in the division below them. But I mean, we'll do what we can do with that. We're not going to make a demand for a higher wage budget because a lot of these clubs, and especially with my reputation of 1 star, they're just not going to go with that. So we're going to agree with it. I'd be happy to work with the proposed wage budget should I get the role. It's a big enough budget to attract the quality of player we would need at the club. Do you have any requests? Not even going to bother about the parent club because it never works. So we're just going to say no. That about covers everything. Perfect. Well, fingers crossed they come back with a positive response. If not, we've potentially got European football to aim for. So either way, it's a win-win for us. Realistically, at the moment, we're flying high with Llangefni. The better we do with Llangefni, the better we look in the overall world, especially this world of football management, with the overachieving that we're doing at the club. We have signed a new fullback, but he's not just a fullback. He's a fullback centre-back. He's a free agent, so he can come straight into the club, which is good, but he is accomplished as a centre-back as well. So hopefully he will go in to one of these spots, maybe as cover to start with, and then build himself up maybe into first team. But just looking at a peek of some of his stats, we didn't really have time to scout him properly as other teams were interested in him. He started his career at Preston, which he was unable to break his way through into their first team. But of course, Preston are a championship side. So we've got a championship youngster, arguably, looking to come into the squad, which is going to help us with some quality and some depth indeed. So we're going to accept that and bring him into the club. And he has now joined, so now we can see a good overall look at his stats. So he's got 15 jumping reach, 10 pace, 10 stamina, 7 strength. So for me, he's looking more as a natural centre-back than arguably a left-back. Crossing a 4, passing a 4, not really what we want. But as a centre-back, heading 6, tackling 11, jumping reach 15, aggression 12, concentration 11. Looks like he will be a nice bit of cover for the centre-backs that we've currently got, or potentially could establish himself, like I said, as a first-team player. So here we are at the game against Barrow. We are on the team selection page, of course. We have brought Jacob Slater onto the bench. We're not going to throw him in straight away. We are going to let him just adjust to his surroundings, adjust to his fellow teammates. So let's get into the dressing room. We're away from home this time, so it's going to be a little bit more of a tougher game than it was last time out. We won't have the Llangefni fans cheering us on, but I am confident in the squad and confident that we can bring the 3 points back home. So here we go, the team sheets are in. Let's speak to the boys and let's see what we can do. I'm not going to go with if you carry on your last performance into this match will do well. I feel that's just very meh when you say things like that. It doesn't really do much. The pundits might not believe in us today, but the fans do, so go on and do them proud. I think I'm going to say that assertively. Normally, when we mention the fans, the boys react in a very positive way, and they do like to put on a good show for the fans that do travel around Wales for us. Got the usual highlight here that will end probably in a couple of seconds, and then we will kick on with the actual game. 1 minute in, a very early highlight. Let's see what we can do here. We're on the attack. We've just got a loose ball that we've intercepted. Moore with the ball out on the wing. Goodridge back to Moore. What can he do here? Oh, tries to curl that in, but Dibble reads it well. Parries that out for a corner. Evans with the ball in. What can we do here? Of course, we can't do anything. Why do we get excited? Back to Evans. Is he offside? Of course he is. Never play it back to the corner kick taker. They're always offside. We're going to encourage the lads, 6 minutes in. Dangerous free kick here that we need to defend, and we've given away a penalty. What is it with us and balls like that and giving away penalties? Can Jack Davies save it? Oh, he has! Jack Davies has managed to save it. McLaughlin went straight down the middle. Not a good penalty at all. And Jack Davies has done absolute wonders there. Well done. He is definitely keeping that number 1 shirt for even longer after that. 15 minutes played. All we've seen really is that penalty highlight. We've seen Moore cut in and unfortunately get that parried out, but we've got a throw in here. Edmonds, long ball over, and Moore's there, and he manages to tuck in the header. He does love getting onto the end of balls from the other winger or the other fullback and just getting his head on that and tucking that into the corner. Let's have a look at that again. Lovely header, goes straight back across the goalkeeper. Probably wasn't expecting him to go that way with the header. Just can't get his hand there. Puts us 1-0 up and in a commanding position at the moment. Highlight here for them. Oh, we've completely misread that. Davies, though, manages to kind of collect that, lets it roll through his hands, but we deal with the danger and the centre-backs cover themselves in a little bit more glory than they did there. I think that was Jamie Couchman letting that run through, unfortunately. 40 minutes played here. No more highlights really yet. Had that early goal from Max Moore. That is the one that's separating the sides at the moment. Long goal kick by them was dealt well with the centre-backs. Heisman trying a cross-field ball, but not really paying off. However, Rowan Davies gets back to deal with the danger and gets that out cleared for a corner. Corner comes in. We deal with it well. What are we going to do with the second ball, though? Can we get rid of this as well? Oh, Jack Davies comes off his line nicely. Releases Sprouse straight away. Ah, Sprouse just ran straight back into the centre-back's line. Should have ran the other way slightly. You would have been open. That's a bit disappointing, the movement there from Sprouse. Great vision by Davies to collect that ball and just release him straight away. But that's half time. In the dressing room at 1-0, so we can't complain, but we could definitely be doing better. So I think we're going to go pump fists. I think we're doing well, but we can definitely find another gear to take this game to the next level and really give us that breathing space that we know we can have and we really need. I think Math Howell is struggling out there. He's only got a 6.3 rating, and realistically, it did say that he picked up a knock a little bit earlier on. So we're going to switch Math Howell and Max Moore over. We're going to put Max Moore out on the left, and I think then we're going to bring on Westlake and again swap him into a winger, because he does play quite well when he does come on for us, and he is a youngster, but we're happy to give him that pressure and put that pressure on his shoulders, as we know he has delivered for us in the past with assists. Just playing it around between themselves. Couchman deals with it easily. That's that first highlight that we always see. Here we go. This is a bit of a dangerous situation. We know Jack Davies isn't that good from free kicks, but luckily that one goes straight over the crossbar. Another dangerous free kick here. Oh, Davies does well to tip that to the other side. He has been training well, clearly. He wants to keep that number 1 jersey. Saving penalties, saving free kicks, collecting it off his line for a corner. He's doing everything. Probably definitely have spoken too soon now, but hopefully I'm not going to jinx it for him. Heijman plays the ball back to Davies. Loose ball out, but luckily it doesn't amount to anything. No highlight after that. Deep free kick in their half of the opposition here. Ball over the top. Davies reads it well. Evans. Goodridge. Ball for Westlake. Ooh, almost a bit of miscommunication between the defender and the goalkeeper there. Jones was through, but Couchman come across. Oh, he cuts it back, and the other Jones manages to sneak in on the opportunity and just tuck it into the bottom corner. To be fair to Davies, it was asking a bit much for him to get all the way across goal that quick, and Jones tucks that in to draw them level. What can we do here now? Drawing away from home, typically not a bad result, but we want all the points we can get, especially against these lower opposition, just to keep that gap between us and that bottom half of the table, make it bigger and bigger each week. 70 minutes played. What we're going to do, we're going to bring off Davies and bring on Slater. We don't want to risk Davies getting injured, especially not at this part of the season before the mini league's about to get formed. Let's bring him on and see what he can do for us. He hasn't come on as yet. Oh, lovely ball for Sprouse. Can he make it 2? Ah, he can't. How has he missed that? How has Sprouse missed that opportunity? That's terrible. What can we do here? They're coming on to us a lot here. So what we might do, drop it down to more cautious and try and hit them on the counter-attack like we like to do. They're pushing up the field quite a lot, and we can see, and there's probably going to be a lot of space in behind them. So let's try and make the most of that and get them balls over the top that we know that we like to do, and see if we can nick a goal. 85 minutes played. Highlight here for them. Oh, smashes that over the crossbar, luckily for us. Oh, that's not what we want to see in the last 10 seconds of the game. Maximal's picked up an injury. We'll have to bring on Barlow. Oh, no. No. 5 additional minutes. Let's go attack him for them last 5 minutes, see what we can do here. I think it's just going to probably trickle out. We're not going to see much. This is probably going to be full time, to be honest, from this. And there we go, there we have it, 1-1 draw, but more disappointing is the injury to Max Moore. That could be very, very bad for the season. Of course, we don't know how bad the injury is for Howell either, so we need to hope that they're not bad ones, because if that's both our wingers out, we're in trouble. We're going to go, I have to sympathise with you all, things didn't go our way tonight. Do you have any news on Max Moore's injury? I haven't spoken to the medical team as yet. Why would you ask that? Of course I don't know. Salter rules out Heijman's sale. Of course he is not for sale. Max Moore's injured, but it's only 1 to 2 days. Okay, so luckily it's not too bad. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave it there. Oh, as we say that, it saves. What a lovely place to end. But thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed. Please subscribe if you're new around here. If you haven't already, make sure you check out the other seasons that we've got to just catch up with the journey as to where we've got to and how we are here now. Leave a like if you haven't already. Comment down below what you think we should do. Are we going to head to Newport County, or are we going to stay at Llangefni? Only time will tell, and the fate of the FM gods will decide. But I hope you've enjoyed it. I'll see you in the next one. Thank you very much for watching. Goodbye.